This is Optimal Living Daily Relationships, episode 179. Signs You're in a Toxic Relationship by Lisa Merlo Booth of lisamerlobooth.com. And I'm Joss Marie, back with another episode on OLD relationships. This is the show where I narrate to you from some of the best relationship blogs in the world every weekday free of charge. So welcome and thank you for joining. Today's episode is sponsored by Smart About Money, a free website brought to you by the National Endowment for Financial Education, a nonprofit dedicated to helping Americans take control of their financial lives. To learn more, visit smartaboutmoney.org/optimal. That's smartaboutmoney.org/optimal. Today, I have a post from Lisa Merlo Booth that points out the signs indicating you are in a toxic relationship. And while Lisa addresses this particular post to women, she points out that there are women who are also toxic and men who are afraid to raise the bar on their behavior. So if this is your story, Lisa suggests that you simply replace the pronouns and heed the same advice. And with that, let's hear today's post and start optimizing your life. Signs You're in a Toxic Relationship by Lisa Merlo Booth of lisamerlobooth.com. At times, I'm taken aback by the toxicity in so many relationships. Watching a person twist himself or herself into a pretzel to make a toxic relationship work is even more upsetting. And, almost without fail, the person doing the twisting is not the toxic one of the pair. Women, it's time to wake up. Stop twisting yourself into a pretzel to appease your emotionally abusive, dishonest, lying, cheating, or fill-in-the-blank spouse. Really, stop it. It's unattractive, unhealthy, and certainly ineffective. I'm a firm believer in doing everything in your power to make a marriage work, and even more so when there are children involved. I am not, however, a proponent of walking on eggshells, living in fear of someone's wrath, or shrinking so your loved one stays married to you. Yuck. That is no life for anyone, least of all for you or your children. Below are blaring signs that you're in a toxic relationship and it's time to stop appeasing and enabling the toxicity. 1. Your partner calls you names, belittles you, or puts you down frequently. 2. Your partner is unaccountable and responds to your upsets, requests, feedback with defensiveness, attacks, or anger. 3. Your partner blows up frequently, yelling, screaming, or intimidating you at the drop of a hat. 4. Your partner responds to your upsets by telling you that you're too sensitive and you need to toughen up or get over it. 5. Your partner calls you crazy, a nag, or a nut when you ask him to do something that he has already agreed to do. 6. Your partner is abusive to your children, either verbally or physically, by grabbing them, yelling at them, slapping them, or the like. When you see your partner do this, you cringe inside. 7. Your partner tells you you're raising a sissy when you ask him not to be harsh with the kids. 8. Your partner turns your concerns about him against you and makes it seem as if you're the problem. He seldom, if ever, takes responsibility or listens to your concerns with an open heart. 9. Your partner pressures you for sex, complains that you're not giving him enough sex, acts like you owe him sex, or gets mad every time you say no to sex. 10. You're responsible for all the household chores and he does little or nothing to help, even when you both work a paid job. 11. You're embarrassed to have your friends see how he treats you, so you try to avoid going out in groups. 12. When you do go out in groups, he puts you down, treats you poorly, makes sarcastic comments about you, and then says he was only joking. Lighten up when you tell him you don't like that. 13. Your partner controls your spending, your actions, or your social circles by making endless comments about them or getting angry when you do something in a way that he doesn't like. 14. You're in an extremely toxic relationship if your partner ever physically puts his hands on you in anger, grabs you, shoves you, slaps you, punches walls, threatens you, and so on. The bottom line when it comes to relationships is the person you live with should be the safest person in your life. They should be the first person you want to turn to in times of upset, the one you feel the most at ease with, and the person you look forward to coming home to. Living with this person ideally helps you grow to be your best self. They should not be the person who sucks the life out of you and leaves you feeling miserable about who you've become, what you come home to, and what you're passing on to your children. Please don't spend your one lifetime trying to make a toxic marriage work. Spend a concentrated effort to stop your enabling and seek help to tackle this issue until you are able to stop sacrificing your life for a bad marriage. When you're ready to stop living in the toxicity, be clear with your partner that you want the marriage to work if it's going to be a loving one. However, you don't want the marriage if it's going to continue to be toxic. Demand that you both get professional help. Be sure the help is good. And be willing to leave if there are no changes. Toxic marriages create toxic legacies that get passed on to children from one generation to the next. They create toxic lives and a toxic world. Do not twist yourself into a pretzel to save a toxic relationship. Your enabling keeps the dysfunction and the legacy going. Challenge. If you're in a toxic relationship, recognize it and look at the behaviors you're doing that keep this relationship as it is. Get the help you need to either turn this relationship around or have the strength to leave it if your partner refuses to change. You just listened to part 2 of the post titled, Signs You're in a Toxic Relationship by Lisa Merlo Booth of lisamerlobooth.com. A big thank you to Lisa for letting us share her post and perspective with you today. As a listener of our podcast, you're already interested in living your best life. How you feel about and relate to money plays a big part in that. Take charge of your financial life and reach your goals with Smart About Money. Smart About Money is a free website brought to you by the National Endowment for Financial Education, a nonprofit dedicated to helping Americans take control of their financial lives. Smart About Money's articles and courses are designed to answer your unique money questions and learn at your own pace. Each course takes between 45 and 90 minutes, and you can learn how to build an emergency fund, take charge of your housing expenses, and plan on living the life you envision in retirement. With Smart About Money, there's no catch, no hidden agenda, and no cost ever. Visit our special page at smartaboutmoney.org/optimal to get started. That's smartaboutmoney.org/optimal. And we thank them for sponsoring the podcast. Have a wonderful rest of your Thursday, and I hope to see you again tomorrow with a post from Gottman.com, where your optimal life awaits.
Hello, Life Optimizer. This is Justin Malik, creator and producer of this podcast, but also Optimal Living Daily, the show where I read to you from even more blogs covering finance, productivity, minimalism, personal development, and more from incredible bloggers like Derek Sivers, Zen Habits, Mark and Angel, The Minimalists, and all the ones you hear on this show too. So if you enjoyed today's episode and like taking amazing blogs on the go, come on over to Optimal Living Daily and subscribe to that one too. And together, we'll start optimizing your life.
You've been listening to Optimal Living Daily. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on each new episode and head to oldpodcast.com. That's OLDpodcast.com for a free gift as well as more actionable tips and resources to help you maximize your potential. Thanks for joining us, and remember, your optimal life awaits.